Hey everybody, I'm Allie and welcome to part 2 of my Y&R chat vlog for Sunday, October 3rd. So Victoria had a miscarriage, which is very sad. It was really hard to watch she and Billy go through their grieving process. Very sad, but also kind of not sad. I feel bad saying that because I really love Billy and Victoria, but this relationship is just moving too fast, I think. These two barely know each other, and I want to be able to have the chance to enjoy their relationship a while longer before we have them have another kid, you know? Nikki made an awesome point to Deacon this week while she was drunk. By the way, Deacon is saving this Nikki drinking storyline for me. I love how protective he's being of her and how he's trying to give her advice and coax her down from the ledge. But anyway, she told him at the bar, a year ago, Victoria had a loving, loyal husband, a child that they both adored, a stable job at the helm of Newman, and now, today, that person is barely recognizable. And that's what we've all been saying. She's barely recognizable. She's married to Billy, which, who would have seen that coming a year ago? I mean, out of the blue. She's out of a job, and, you know, she's completely estranged from Victor, and, you know, she's becoming estranged from the rest of her family. Now, I am going to defend Victor for a moment here. First of all, come on. Victor did not cause Victoria to miscarry. I hope no one is thinking that, because he certainly didn't help the situation anyway by causing her extra stress, but he did not cause her to miscarry. Second, I think that Victoria and Abby's lawsuit is ridiculous. I like seeing these two girls work together, but I wish they were building a company or working on a project or something, not suing Victor for control of their trust funds. The money isn't theirs. The money is Victor's. He put it into a trust for them. And I think that both girls are coming off as brats, rich, spoiled brats, with this sense of entitlement, you know, to money that they don't even need, you know? Plus, I really appreciate Nick's argument in all of this. Suing is making this issue about money, and it isn't about money. Suing isn't going to repair the relationship between these girls and their father. And I especially hate what has become of Victor and Victoria's relationship, and that part is Victor's fault. This is where Victor does need to accept some of the blame. Why can't he give just a little? You know, why can't he just want Victoria to be happy and support and respect her decisions? These people need to learn how to communicate, you know, and that goes for Victor's relationship with Nick and Abby and Victoria and all of the future spawn of Victor Newman that shall be. Although that would make really boring TV if everybody got along all of the time. I'm gonna be honest here. I would kind of like to see Abby and Victoria get their credit cards cut off, you know? Like, I'd like to see them standing in line at the store, getting ready to buy a new fall wardrobe, and then all of a sudden we find out that their credit cards need to be cut in half. I would like to see that. I want to see them get theirs. I mean, they're selfish and ungrateful, you know? Who needs $3 billion anyway, you know? Especially if it dismantles Newman Enterprises in the process. Is that what they really want? To dismantle this company that's their family legacy? I don't know. $3 billion, though, man. $3 billion is more than I can even imagine. How much do you think that Victor Newman is actually worth? Because it's got to be way more than that. I don't know. Leave me a comment. Let me know your thoughts. You know, Kane is really, in my opinion, betraying Lily by not telling her what's going on with these cattle rustlers. I mean, if she had known about these bad guys in the first place, then maybe she wouldn't have eaten the poison steak or whatever it is. Nothing seemed to come of it other than that she got really sleepy. I mean, really, Lily and Sharon should start to develop a relationship because the men in their lives seem to always feel this need to keep everything from them. I mean, okay, I understand that Lily is recovering from an illness and that now she has to take care of, you know, 2 twin babies at the same time, but she's not made of glass, you know? Tell her what's going on, Kane. She deserves to know. And, by the way, Y&R, I need a recap about this entire Australian situation because, like, we need some flashbacks or something to give this story a little bit more of a background. I mean, it's been months since it was first introduced onto the scene, and they've only touched on it here and there, little bitty bits, over the past several months, among many other storylines, and I'm getting lost. I mean, so Kane found out that these guys in Australia were stealing cattle, and so Kane turned them into the authorities, and this is all before he decided to take Philip's assumed name, and so now these guys are after him because it's a big enough deal that he turned them in about cattle rustling, that now they have to come all the way to the US and torment him? Kevin looked like an Oompa Loompa this week. I loved the orange skin. That was hilarious. And I am glad that Kevin finally got some from Spray Tan Girl. It took long enough. And I'm even more glad that Daniel confronted Chloe and Kevin about Chloe and Kevin. I nearly died when he said, "Does the word ducky mean anything to you?" Oh, the Pretty in Pink references were so funny and so cute this week. They must have the market research down on that because that touched me right in my heart, Y&R. But I gotta tell you, I don't see that Kevin has some sort of unrequited crush on Chloe. That's not how I interpret it. Daniel seems to think that guys and girls can't be friends, but I don't think that's true, you know? Just because a girl and a guy hang out together doesn't mean that they're inevitably going to get involved, a la When Harry Met Sally. I mean, if you have a sexual or an emotional interest in the other person, then you probably can't be friends with them, but otherwise I don't think that's set in stone in any way. I think Kevin and Chloe are just genuinely friends, and I enjoy their friendship, like Kevin and Amber. You know, there was nothing sexual going on there. And I think that's what's going on with Kevin and Chloe. But try telling that to Jana. Hey, seeing your ex on the cover of a magazine with a hot young fashionista is probably enough to make anyone crazy, especially if you have a history of craziness. Well, they say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, so get ready to be flattered, Chloe. I love crazy Jana, even more than brain dead Jana, and even more than witchcraft Jana, and yes, even more than wacky hair color Jana. I think this is gonna be my favorite Jana, Copycat Jana, my favorite Jana so far. I love this, where this is going. Chloe was so stocky when she first came to Genoa City. She was exactly that weird girl, you know, that would do anything for the guy. So I think it serves her right that Jana is going to give her back a little bit of taste of her own medicine. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how far this will go. I mean, the dress is just the beginning. I can't wait to see how far this will go. And, you know, how far will Kevin go to prove that he's this edgy bad guy? I mean, I love how he looked at the books at Glowworm for 30 seconds before realizing that Jeff is laundering money. Nice. Okay, those are my vlog thoughts for this week. I think it's been a pretty good one. I've enjoyed this week's show, and I think there's been a lot of good stuff to talk about. So leave me a comment. Let me know all the stuff that you want to talk about. I will definitely respond. I will definitely be reading. It's always interesting to hear your thoughts and your perspectives on the show. So I guess that's pretty much it for me for now. You can go to my website, as always, at alliepuckett.com. There's links. If you guys want to like follow me on Twitter, it's at buttonhead_org. That's a really good way to chat with me throughout the week if you'd like to do that. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess I'll just see you next week and we can chat about the show then. So I love you guys. I hope you're enjoying the wonderful weather, and I will see you next week. Mwah! Bye!